A very good evening to all of y'all. Can y'all see me and hear me? Lamai, can I have a yes or a no if y'all can see me and hear me? All of y'all. Hello. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. So whoever requested the tudes last week and y'all filled the form last class, did y'all receive the tudes? I think there were few who had requested, not few, there were so many, right? So can I know whether have y'all received the tudes or not? Can only others, anyone who did not receive this tute, anyone else who did not receive this tute? Shit. Anyone else who did not receive the tute? Okay. Okay. So let's start, guys, today. Before that, I hope y'all are doing well and fine. I'm seeing y'all after, I think, about 5 days. I mean, did anyone who missed a last class's recording, did y'all watch the recording? Did y'all watch? I know it went until for 2.5 hours, almost 2.5 hours. I know, my bad. I dragged it a bit, but it was interesting, right? It was interesting. I hope you all also enjoyed, and I hope you all also got a new learning last class. So today, Lamai, we have a lot to talk, right? So we have a lot to talk today, right? So it's raining the whole day, and you all might be feeling like, okay, the bed is the best place to stay. Am I right? Bed might be the best place to stay, and like you all would have been sleeping the whole day. Anyone who was sleeping the whole day? Anyone who was sleeping the whole day today? No one. All of y'all were good people who has been studying. Salma is like, not the whole day, but I slept. Something like that, right? So got that right, Anna, right? You all would have slept. You all would have nicely slept today, right? So I mean, it was also like heavily raining. Usually on Tuesdays and Mondays. Mondays I have my physical class, and on Tuesdays I don't have any other classes except this. I have university at Monday, Tuesday. I didn't go today. It was like raining, and I was like feeling lazy. Other than that, on Wednesdays, I have my ACCSEMA classes. On Thursdays, currently no. Saturday, Sunday is fully ACCSEMA, right? From next month onwards, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, ACCA classes, Saturday, Sunday full, right? So that's my schedule going on, like really pack, right? So I have allocated some time for BS also, right? Not some, a lot of time. Then all of that and my uni work and all of them shape again, right? So did you all revise what we did? If you all did, give me a yes. If you all did not, give me a no, right? Did you all revise what we did? Lamain? Okay. Shall we start off with a recap, Lamai? What do you think? Little children, shall we start off with a recap? Would be a good idea to just get your brains running, right? So you'll be with me till about 9 o'clock today. So keep your minds fresh, and let's start off with a recap, right? So last week, wait, I'll show you the diagram. Where's my free form? Free form, free form. You always can't find this apps in Badu Methana. Okay. Na Badu Tina Methana. Okay. So last week we started off with talking with the concepts, right? If I'm not mistaken, you all have this diagram in your book, right? So first concept we learned was needs and wants. Needs are the basic essentials required for living. These are the basic factors you need to live. Wants are the various ways of fulfilling those needs, right? For an example, you have a need of, let's say, food, right? And the want you have is a nice chicken kottu, right? And you fulfill that via a product, right? A product can be known as anything which will fulfill human needs and wants. We mainly categorize it as goods and services. But remember, it is not limited to goods and services. There is something beyond goods and services available when it comes to when it comes to uh product, right? Just give me 1 second, guys. I will send the tute and come නැත්තං මේක අමතක වෙයි. Right? In case anyone doesn't have the tute, I have sent it in the group, right? Okay. So you fulfill your needs and wants via a product. And in order to obtain this product, you're going to a place, right? Place where, okay, wait. You're going to, I'll send it there also, wait. I'll send you after this. Can someone send me the tute in the chat box if you don't mind? Can someone send me the tute in the, oh no, I might have it. I might have it. Just give me 1 second. Nah, put in my computer, documents, tunes. Okay, wait, I don't have the tube method. What do you know? Right, I have it. I sent it to you all. Right? I sent it. Oh shit, I've sent it to uh, I sent it to this one individually. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Right. I've sent it. Right? So now you fulfill your needs and wants using a product. And remember, the product can be mainly categorized as a good or a service, but it is not limited to goods and services. Matakaini, I am a product. My time is a product. My knowledge is a product. Let's say, my effort is a product, right? You are a product. Everything is a product. Like every single thing which fulfills a human need and want is a product. And in order to obtain this, you are going to the market. Imagine you're going to Plaza and buying a kottu, or you're going to Pilaus and buying a kottu. That means you are connecting with the seller physically. Then you call it a marketplace. Now, if you're buying a kottu using Uber Eats or Pick Me Foods, what type of a market is it, Lamai? You all tell me. What type of a market is it? If you are buying a kottu using Uber Eats or Pick Me Flash, yes, market space. The place where the buyer and the seller connects online or virtually or electronically is known as a market space, right? Market space, right? So whenever you go to that market, first of all, you need to have the liking to buy it. හරි ඉස්සල්ලාට ආසාවක් තියෙන්න උනේ ගන්න. If you don't have a liking ළමයි, you are not going to buy it. If you have the liking, even it doesn't matter if you don't have the money. So in order to demand, you need to have the willingness and ability. Willingness means the liking, ability means the cash, right? After that, what happens is, okay, when you demand, okay, you will give something and the seller will give you something. The exchange of two or more valuables, that is known as exchange. The transfer of two or more valuables is known as an exchange. If that exchange is happening with money, what do you call it? If the exchange is happening with money, what do you call it? If the exchange is happening with money, what do you call it? Exactly, it's a transaction, right? Where you transfer a good for what? You transfer a good for a valuable, right? You transfer a good for a valuable, right? It's called a valuable, monetary valuable. You call it a transaction, right? Now you go and get that kuttu, right? Imagine you pay $1,000 for that kuttu. But when you eat it, you feel that this kuttu is only worth 500. What is that term then? You buy the kottu for 1,000 rupees. But whenever you eat it, you feel it's like 500. You call that the value. What is the estimation given to the product, okay, by the consumer? And then we spoke about customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction and value will differ person to person. Customer satisfaction is the ability of the product to meet the customer's, let's say, requirement to expectation. Okay. Now you felt, okay, you wanted something really good and really nice cheesy kottu, but you got a shitty kottu, dried kottu. Your expectation was here, what you got was here. You are dissatisfied, right? So customer satisfaction is basically ability of a product to meet the expectations of the customer, right? Expectations of the customer. Now coming into the tute, Then we spoke about what is a business. A business is an economic activity. We learned what is an economic activity. We learned, I'll recap it later, which fulfills human needs and wants using a product. Just remember, business is a dash, something which fulfills human needs and wants using a product, right? So then let's go into what is an economic activity. So basically, economic activity is where a business will undertake production, they will produce a good, distribute it, and sell it. And whenever they produce that good, they will be using limited resources. As the business uses limited resources, okay, to produce a good and distribute it and sell it, we call it as an economic activity, right? Then we spoke about the main characteristics of a business, right? Main characteristics of a business. In every business, either an exchange or selling, a transaction takes place, right? Second one, transaction of goods and services take place. Okay, you're giving something and you're paying for it. Number three, continuous transactions. If one transaction takes place, for an example, your father is selling the house so that he can buy another house. That is not a business. If your father is in the real estate business where he keeps on buying and selling houses, okay, it's considered as a business. Every business is motivated. I would say not every, 90% of the business, 99% of the business are motivated by profits. And every business has a risk, that uncertainty of something happening, right? We learned of these. Then businesses create wants, right? Every business in the society creates wants. First of all, they create a problem, then they give a solution. That's what's happening currently, right? So this is a small recap. Do you all have any questions in this area before I go to the next area? Do you all have any questions here before I go into the next area? I mean, I didn't go in detail. I went very fast because we have done it, right? So I will tell you what's my plan today. Today, I want to complete this area. I want to complete this chapter, right? I want to complete this chapter, start this product and do some questions. We will do some MCQ questions today with regards to your A-level papers. We'll do some MCQ questions of your A-level paper, and I have made some questions. We'll do those also, right? Does it sound cool? Do you all want anything else from me? I mean, does it sound cool? Do you all want anything else from me? I mean, other than the questions and this. Last week we practiced some questions in a form of a quiz, but today we will do the questions, right? Anything else, Lamai, do you all want? I mean, I assume it's no. Shall we start? Shall we start, Lamai? Okay. Now, the main activities of a business. When you take the main activities of a business, Lamai, okay, there are two main activities. Okay, what does the business do in main? Number one is where they fulfill, okay, where they fulfill human needs and wants. That is activity number one. Every business will make sure that they fulfill human needs and wants. If remember, if there is no human needs and wants, okay, there will be no businesses. Okay, this is known as the okay, the fundamental for the existence of businesses. Businesses exist because of human needs and wants, right? Businesses are existing because of human needs and wants, right? So that is the main activity number one, right? They are fulfilling human needs and wants using what, Lamai? What are they fulfilling that human needs and wants? Using what? How does a business fulfill their human needs and wants using what? Simple question. You all have to answer, right? My voice is not breaking, right? My voice is not breaking, nothing. You all can hear me very well, no? So why, using what does the business fulfill human needs and wants? Very easy question. A product. A product, not limited resources. A product. Very good. You all have got the answer. The activity number two. Okay. Value addition. Value addition. Okay. To the business. Okay. Okay. I will give you one example now. Okay. Now, in order to make a cake, let's say, in order to make a cake, right? In order to make a cake. So you are having a cake business. You are having a cake business. I know this doesn't look like a cake. I am not an arts teacher. I am a business teacher, right? So tell me, what are the ingredients required to make a cake? You're running a cake business. Tell me, what are the ingredients required to make a cake? What are the ingredients required to make a cake? Right? Tell me one by one. Okay. You need flour. I don't know because I don't know to cook. Number two, okay, you need eggs. You need sugar, right? You need butter. What else? You need butter. What else? What else? I think you need vanilla. Okay, vanilla, right? And you need baking powder, if I'm not mistaken. Do you need baking powder? Okay, I will send you the field PDF after that. Baking powder, right? So you need these factors, right? Now, if you go to a shop and you tell them, "Mada cake cake hadannu nikila," will they just give you these ingredients? Will they just give you these ingredients? Now you go to the shop and tell that guy, "Mada cake cake hadannu nikila." Will he just give you these ingredients, or do you need to tell something? Okay, you need to individually buy these, right? Or you have to buy this one by one. You have to buy flour, you have to buy eggs, sugar, butter, vanilla, and baking powder individually. They won't give it to you together. So what you do is you bring all of these individually, right? You bring all of these individually. Then what happens is, right, all these factors are, all these ingredients are combined. All these ingredients are combined. Okay, we'll call it as resources, right? Resources are better because we're talking from a business's point of view. These raw materials, we call it as raw materials. The raw materials are combined. Okay, when you combine all these raw materials, right, then after that, what? It will go through the process of what? Okay, mixing, beating, right? What else? Then what else do? You bake it, then you decorate it, and etc and etc etc. You do all this shit, right? Now, after you do all of these only, you are going to get something called a cake. Natu ekapatama abracadabra, you do it, you won't get a cake, right? Abracadabra, you're not going to get a cake, right? You need to go through this process. When you go through this process, and that's where you get the cake at the end. Am I right? I don't know whether is it right. Okay, mixing, beating, baking, and you decorate. I don't know what else do you do. I don't know to make cakes, right? I assume that you all know to make cakes. So is this the process, Lamai? Tell me the girls here. I don't think I don't assume that the boys know to make cake here. Girls who knows to make cake where people can't die, right? Is this a process? Okay. Now let's say you spent rupees 2000 rupees for all these ingredients. You spent 2000 bucks for all these ingredients, right? When you combine these raw materials and when you get it mixing, beating, baking, and you decorating, all of these lamai, right? Okay, okay. All of these lamai, okay. You can sell, let's say you're selling the cake now for 4,500. 4,500. 2,000 for the ingredients, but you're selling it for 4,500. Why is there a difference between the cost of the ingredients and the selling price? Why is there a difference between the cost of the ingredients and the selling price? To make a profit. Now tell me, okay, what is the profit here? 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 2,500. Others 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. Very good. Excellent. Wrong answer. I told you it would only cost 2,000 rupees for the ingredients. Then what is the cost of this? Combining the raw materials, mixing, beating, baking, decorating. So there is a labor cost also here, right? There's a labor cost, right? Then there is a machinery cost, right? Machinery cost and etc, right? This would cost another what? This would cost another how much? Let's say, we'll say another 1,000 rupees, will you? 1,000 rupees. This would cost another 1,000 rupees. Then what is the profit now? Then what is the profit now? 1,005, right? 1,005. Now, do you all see, Lamine? For this 2,000, for this 2,000 rupees, right, of ingredients, you added another 1,000 rupees of labor cost and machinery cost. And then you added another 1,500 rupees of profit, which was equal to 4,500 rupees, which is the cost of the, sorry, the selling price of the cake. Now, do you all see that 2,000 was converted into 4,500? අර 2,400 වුණා. Right? Now, is there an increase in value? 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 Hello? Is there an increase in value or not? A very simple question, right? Now, this raw materials would have valued only 2,000 bucks, right? But your labor was put in, that machinery was put in, and it increased the value by how much? It caused an increase in value by 2,500, but there was a cost of 1,000 there, no? So value of all these raw materials increased up to 4,500. What do you mean by value addition? Businesses do this, whatever it is. Now, let's say to produce this t-shirt. Now, this t-shirt, if you do abracadabra from a magic, it's not going to come up, right? It goes through a process. First of all, you have to go and bring in the fabric. The fabric is cut. After the fabric is cut, you stitch the fabric. Then you button the fabric. Then you iron the fabric. Then you, let's say, pack the fabric. Then you sell it, right? Eka part of fabric kicking, okay? Like ongring katu katu, you're not going to get a t-shirt, right? So it goes through a process, right? And whenever it passes through that process, Lamai, at every point, there is a value added to it. At every point, there is a value added to it. Whenever you mix all these raw materials for the cake, when you mix it, the value of it is increasing. When you beat it, the value of it is increasing. When you bake it, the value of it is increasing. When you decorate it, the value of it is increasing. And at the end product, there's a higher value, right? So this is what businesses do. This is one of the main activities of what? Business. Now, even am I adding a value? See, yeah, okay. Now I had made this tute, right? The syllabus was there. I took all the syllabus and made this tute, right? Then I am conducting the classes. Then I'm giving you all questions. I'm giving you all quizzes, clearing your doubts. All of these combined, I'm charging a fee, right? I'm charging a fee for that, right? So when you take them individually and when you add on values, right, that's where the end product comes, right? So value addition refers to the increase in the value of the resources when they undergo transformation during the production of goods and services, right? The increase in value of the resources when they undergo the transformation, right? During the production of goods and services. Clear or not, Lamai? Tell me whether is it clear or not, or do I need to explain again, right? Anyone who did not understand this, tell me. Anyone else who did not understand this, right? Anyone who did not, can all of y'all respond, please? All of y'all, not one, two, three. Imad Riza, then Dinali, Fayad, Isha, Kenali, Mariam, Rakika, Rifna, Riha, Rukeya, Rushda, Shahil, Salma, Shafna, Shaza. All of y'all, please, if y'all did not get it, let me know. I will explain again. Right? I will explain again. I don't mind explaining again. Right? Clear. Perfect. Right? Can y'all copy this down now? Can y'all copy this down? Copy this down. Meanwhile, if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask me. Meanwhile, if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask me. Okay, sir, forgot to put salt in the cake. Forgot to put salt in the cake. I don't. Do you all put salt in the cake? What the hell, Salma? I don't know. Right? Do you all put salt in the cake? What the hell? What the hell? You. I mean, is that really true? I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. So only if the butter is unsalted, we put salt. අන්න right. ඒ බලන්නකො you මේ පුළුවන් නම් මේ කොත්තුවටත් සීනිදායි. You all are living in a world like that, right? Usually they put for the food now, yeah, but not for everything, right? Now, for an example, uh, when you are making ice, not let's say, when you are making chocolate biscuit pudding, do you make Salma? Do you know to cook first of all? Salma, uyanna dannawada, right? Uyanna dannawada. Little, little. Can people survive eating that? Like, does the cat in the house at least eat it? The cat or the dog in the house at least eat it? I'm just telling, I'm just asking, okay? Because I am not good at cooking and I'm not allowed to the kitchen at home, right? I'll tell you one scenario. Once I was making an egg, right? And now to lay the laziness to wash a spoon and take that pepper out, what I did is I just shook the pepper bottle and the whole pepper fell into the egg, right? That was one scenario. Once I mistakenly kept the oven on for a long time, would have burned down the whole house. So I'm not allowed inside the kitchen to cook, right? So, I mean, why should I burn an house down? Neither am I, right? So, are you all done copying? Are you all done copying? Quickly. If you try, you can be a chef. No, thank you, please. Ishak, I don't want to be a chef. I mean, I'm good being a teacher. I enjoy being a teacher. Chef, epa, nahi. Both tacha, I'm happy. Right? So now, guys, what we will do is let's get into the next area. So anyone who is still writing, just let me know. Anyone who is still writing, let me know. Anyone who is still writing, let me know. So everyone is done. If y'all are done, just give me, let's say, a D. If y'all are done, just put a D in the chat box. If y'all are done, just put a D in the chat box. Okay. Now I am going to teach you something. Okay. Vision, mission, goals, objectives. I will take my life and I will teach you that. Right? I will take my life and I will teach you that. Right? Now I want to one day at the end of my life. Right? Okay. At the end of my life. At the end of my life, I want to, let's say, die as a successful entrepreneur. මැරෙන දවසකට I need to be a rich and a successful entrepreneur. Okay, that is what I need to, like, let's say, be at the end of my life. Right now, tell me, at the end of your life, how would you like to die? Now, don't tell me බස් එකක හැප්පිලා මැරෙන්න ඕනේ වගේ කතා කතාවක් කියන්න එපා. Tell me, like, how do you like to die? Like, what do you want to be at the end of your life? Right? What do you want to be? A good soul. Okay. Ishak is a good soul. Right? Okay, yes, I want to die as a successful entrepreneur with a good soul. Like, I mean, like, what do you want to be at the end of the day? What do you want to be? Lamai, tell me, what do you all want to be? What? Guys, you all have to respond in the chat box. Make my parents proud, okay? Others, I want to become a chief information security officer, okay? CIO, call it, you can call it a C, yeah, chief, okay, fashion designer, accountant, all of these, right? So Lamai, at the end of the day, I want to die like this. Mama marana dawasata me in on. Now, in order to achieve this, right? In order to achieve this, okay, what I should do, what I should do. What should I do in order to achieve this? Right? Number one, I need to have a portfolio, right? I need to have a portfolio of successful businesses. So I need to have a range of successful businesses. That is number one, right? මේ වගේ business lot එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ මට. Number two, right? Let's say maybe I need to have something called a financial freedom and peace, right? I need to have a financial freedom and peace. I should be able to buy something without looking at the price tag, right? ඒ වගේ ඔක්කොම තියෙන්න ඕනේ, right? So I need to have that. I need to have the financial freedom and the peace. Then only I will be able to die like a successful entrepreneur. So to have these successful businesses, financial freedom and peace. And number three, I need to have a good education. No, let's take that next, right? What should I do now? What should I do now? Right? What should I do now? Right? In order to have a portfolio of successful businesses, right? In order to have financial freedom and peace, what should I do? Right? What should I do, Kiwot Lamai? I need to first of all, okay, start a business. Start a business. I need to have start a business. This is my time for the A-level class. There is no any other time. I have to start a business, number one. Number two, okay, I will need to have entrepreneur skills, right? Entrepreneurship skills. Number three, I need to have qualifications. Number four, I need to have financial education, right? That means the right personal finance education. ඒව ඔක්කොම තියෙන්න ඕනේ ළමයි. Okay? Now, in order to have this, right, to start a business, I need to number one have a business knowledge. Business knowledge. Number two, right? I need to have, let's say, for an example, I need to have, let's say, my degree. Number three, okay, I need to, let's say, have a product to sell. Product to sell. Okay. Number four, let's say I need to have the right, I need to build my skills. Right now, I'm sure you all won't understand it very well, but listen to my story. Right. One day, in order to die as a successful entrepreneur, that's the what I want to do at the end of my life. What should I do for it? I need to build a portfolio of successful businesses. I need to have financial freedom and peace. Hari, ඒ වගේ දෙයක් කරන්න. To build successful businesses, I need to start a business. Right? I need to have that entrepreneurship skills. I need to have certain qualifications. I need to have the financial, personal finance education. Hari. ඒකට පස්සේ, right? In order to get all these startup business, be an get the entrepreneurship qualification, financial education, I need to have the business knowledge. I need to pass my degree, products to sell, build my skills. ඒ වගේ ඔක්කොම තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Right? Now, I will teach you this using Apple. Right? I will teach you this using Apple. Right? Apple, at the end of the day, okay, they want to make the best product, on earth, okay, and to leave the earth and to leave the world better than we found it. Right? So at the end of the day, right? Okay, just give 1 minute. 1 minute. Let's give it 1 minute. Okay, just give me 1 minute, Lamai. Okay. Now, one day, at the end of Apple's life, okay, at the end of Apple's life, okay, they want to make the best product on earth and leave the world better than they found it, right? So at the end of the day, that is what Apple wants. Clear or not, Lamai? Clear or not? At the end of the day, what Apple wants? Is it clear or not? Is it clear what Apple wants at the end of the day? Okay. Antimata, okay, Megulum Vahana Davasakata at the end of the world, this is what Apple wants. Right? Is that clear or not? Tell me. Guys, you all have to respond. Not one, not two, everyone. Right? Okay. Hello. And you call this the vision. The vision. You call this the vision. What do you mean by the vision, keyword? Okay. What do you, okay, now let me, okay. What do you mean by the vision, keyword? Okay, wait, just give me 1 second. What do you mean by the vision, keyword? Okay, the long-term aspiration of the business. You call it the long-term aspiration of the business, right? The long-term, right? The long-term aspiration of the business. Okay. At the end of the day, what Apple needs to be, right? That is the vision, to make the best product on earth and leave the world better than we found it. This is not something I tell, this is what Apple tells, right? So in order to do this, Lamai, what Apple is doing now is, okay, in order to leave the world a better place and make the best product, what they are doing is, okay, they are, okay, bringing the best user experience to customers through innovation, hardware, software, and services. Right? So in order to achieve this vision, Lamai, okay, of making a best product on earth, right? How are they going to do it? Is they are going to do it by bringing the best user experience through innovative hardware, software, and services, right? So now, do you all understand how is Apple going to achieve its long-term aspiration? How the Apple is going to achieve its long-term aspiration, okay, of the vision using this, right? Is that clear? Is that clear? How Apple is going to achieve the best product on earth by bringing in customer experience through innovative hardware, software, and services. Is it clear or not? Lamai, you all have to respond, right? Okay. Others, okay. You call this the vision mission statement. You call this the mission statement. The mission statement shows, okay, the short term aspiration of the company. The short term aspiration of the business, the short term aspiration of the business, right? That is what you see in the mission, right? So, in order to achieve this mission, Lamai, what needs to happen is, okay, they need to have something called, okay, a business needs to have something called the long term expectations. A business need to have something called the long term expectations, what they need to achieve in the long term. And what are they going to achieve in the long term? Okay, to achieve the mission, what needs to be done? Okay, number one, okay, to bring the best user experience to customers and all. Okay, first of all, they have to maintain, okay, Market leadership. They have to maintain market leadership. They have to be the best in the market. Okay, to be the best. Okay, to be the best and give the best user experience, they have to be the best in the market. Number two, what they need to do, Lamai, is okay, they need to improve okay user experiences. They need to improve user experiences. You take an iPhone 5 years ago and iPhone today, there's a very big difference, right? The experience you are going to, let's say, feel is going to be highly different. The ecosystem, what you feel, is going to be very different in today's terms compared to 5 years ago. And number three, okay, they need to expand their product portfolio. They need to expand their product portfolio. So මේ set එක කරොත් තමයි ළමයි, they will be able to bring the best user experience to customers, right? And in order to achieve these long-term expectations, you call these long-term expectations goals of a business. The goals of a business, right? You call this the goals of a business, right? The long-term expectations. Maintain market leadership, improve user experience, expand their product portfolio, and these are goals. And in order to achieve these goals, Lamai, you need to have something called the objectives. You need to have something called the objectives. What are objectives, keyword? Okay, these are the steps, the actions or steps in achieving goals. What do you need to do to achieve your goal? Okay. Now to maintain market leader, to maintain market leadership. If Apple, I'll ask you all the question. If Apple wants to be the market leader, what do you think they should do? What do you think they should do? What do you think they should do? If they want to be the best in the market, what do you think they should do? What do you think they should do? Very simple question. What do you think? From your term, what you can think, tell me, Lamai. I'm waiting for an answer. What do you think they should do? Hello? Improve the products. Okay. What else? What else? Okay. No, I mean, to be the best, to be the, let's say, the company with the best, let's say, what? Upgrade. What else? User friendly, giving it at lower price, right? They need to keep their customers with them, right? They need to keep their customers with them. Best quality products. Yes. Number one, they should do is, okay, they need to give the best quality products. That is number one, best quality products. Eka tamai lamai number one. Okay, you all have subjective opinions. Number one, okay, and in order to improve that customer experience, right, they need to come up with different innovations, right? Number two, okay, come up with new innovations. Now, in the iPhone 16, Apple came up with something called Apple AI Intelligence, Apple Intelligence, right? So, they will come up with new innovations, right? Then they need to, if they want to maintain market like leadership, be the best in the market. Now, for an example, you take the Chinese market. What do you think is famous in the Chinese market? Is it Apple or Samsung? Apple or Samsung is famous in the Chinese market. What is famous in the Chinese market? It's not Apple, it's not Samsung. They have their own brands. But China has a very big population, and Apple not being able to catch that population is a very big loss for Apple, right? So they need to expand their products, okay, into new growing markets. So if they do this only Lamai, if they do these actions, they undertake these steps, they will be able to achieve their goals. And whenever they achieve their goals, they will be able to achieve their mission. And whenever the mission is achieved, they will be able to achieve their vision. Right? Do you understand the difference between vision, mission, goals, objectives? Right? Okay, my vision to be a good entrepreneur one day. How am I going to achieve it? Having a successful portfolio of business, freedom, peace, and etc. What are the goals I need to achieve? What are the long-term expectations I need for that? I need to have a business, entrepreneurship skills, qualifications, and financial education. In order to achieve that goals, I need to make sure I have first a business knowledge. Number two, I need to pass my degrees. I need to have my education. Number three, right? I need to have a product to sell. Number four, I need to build my skills. All of these will help me achieve my goals. When I achieve my goals, I will be able to achieve my short-term aspirations of a portfolio of successful businesses, finance freedom and peace. And after that, I will be able to die as a successful entrepreneur. But I don't know if that will come soon, right? Do you all understand the differences, Lamai, of vision, mission, goals, objectives, right? The connection between these four. Do you understand? Do you all get it? I don't want you all to have 100% clarity. I don't want you all to have 100% clarity. Are a basic understanding because I'm still in the example. I didn't teach you all this. I'm still in the example. Right? Lavata. Guys, can you all respond, please? All of y'all. Lavata තේරෙනවද නැද්ද කියන්නකෝ මට. Hello. Okay. Now, let's go into the tute and see one by one. The vision is considered to be the long-term aspiration statement that outlines where the business is heading and what the business wants to achieve in the future. Basically, we are talking about at the end of the day, what the business wants to achieve and where does it want to be at the end of the day, right? The dream of the business. At the end of the day, මොකද්ද වෙන්න ඕනේ? හරි අන්තිම දවසට business එක කොහොම තියෙන්න ඕනේද? And remember, this vision statement is usually originated, right? It's basically said by the founding leader, right? Okay. Now, this is something the business looks up to, right? The vision is something the business will look up to. The business, the leader, and employees will look up to, right? That is what you mean by a vision, right? Antimata, what are you going to look up to? That is a vision. Then the mission statement, right? See, example, Apple's vision to make the best product on earth and to leave the world better than we found it. I'm giving you all a homework, right? Find three more visions of companies. Find three more visions of companies, right? That's an homework, right? Homework, right? The mission describes the core purpose of the business, or you can call it the short-term aspiration of the business. You call this the short-term aspiration of the business, right? And Lamai, what happens here is, okay, we will describe the purpose of the business, what it does, who it serves, how does it deliver, right? Okay. So now basically remember this. Okay. See, yeah, it says the mission statement should guide the actions of the organization, spell out its overall goals, provide a sense of direction. Basically, the mission statement will provide a sense of direction and guide the decision making of the organization, right? Okay, so this is a mission statement. Remember it as the purpose of the business or remember it as the short-term aspiration of the business. Apple's mission is to bring out the best user experience. That is their main purpose to customers through innovative hardware, software, and services. That's why they are there. Okay, they are there to bring the best user experience to customers through innovative hardware, software, and services. Now, do you all understand the differences between a vision and a mission? Tell me that. Do you all understand the differences between a vision and a mission? Guys, you all have to interact. You all have to talk, right? Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy to use a chat box and talk. Okay, tell me, right? Got it or not? තේරුණාද නැද්ද ළමයි? All of y'all. All of y'all. Okay. So underline this and fill in your tutes with whatever it is. And homework, find three visions and find three visions and missions, right, of 3 companies you have. Make sure if you're finding the same 3 companies, okay, for the vision and mission. Fill in your tute, Lamai. Fill in your tute. I'll just give you 1 minute. Fill in the tute. Fill in the tute. Fill in your tutes. Fill in the tutes. Guys, are you all done? Anyone who is still writing? Done or writing? Okay, guys, if you all have any, let's say, your internet connection drops because of rain and all, make sure to watch the recording, right? If you all leave, make sure to watch the recording, right? Done. Anyone writing yet? Anyone writing? Please respond. Anyone writing? Okay, right. Now we are coming into business goals and objectives, right? So remember, okay, you need to have goals in your life. Okay, you need to have goals in your life, like have a good education. Okay, then have, let's say, get a good job or have a good business. Okay, let's say, then you all need to have certain goals in your life, right? So when you're having certain goals in your life, right? So these goals will have certain important reasons, right? A successful business is built upon clearly defined goals and objectives, as they provide directions, clarity, and the organization's purpose. And they guide decision making. ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. And the importance of setting goals. So these are the importance of setting goals, right? Remember this very well to provide a clear action target for the members of the organization. Okay. A goal will tell you what you need to achieve. Okay. What do you need to do? Right? We'll provide a clear path and direction to work towards. Now, y'all are in this class. Now, let's say y'all are in this class. Okay, I'll take a very simple example. Let's say you have a vision of 3 A's. Y'all have a vision of 3 A's, right? To achieve these 3 A's, right? To achieve these 3 A's, right? No, okay. Let's say you all have a vision of, let's say, an island rank. Island rank. To achieve this island rank, what do you need to do? The purpose is you need to have a 3 A's, right? To achieve these 3 A's, you need to be good at the 3 subjects. To be good at these 3 subjects, this is the goal. This is the goal. To be good at these 3 subjects, you need to be good at theory, you need to be good at questions, right? Then you need to be having your extra knowledge and etc. So these are the objectives, right? So if you're good with theory, if you're good with questions, if you have this extra knowledge and etc. and all only, you will be good at the 3 subjects. That is the goal. And when you have achieved your goal, your mission of 3 years will come out when you write the exam. And if you have done it well, also you can end up with an island rank. Do you all see the connection between these four, Lamai now? Do you all see the connection? So when you're having a proper goal to be good at the 3 good subjects, it will give you a path, a direction to work towards. You will get to know how you should work toward, right? That is what do you mean by a clear path or direction. Okay, that is the clear path direction. ඔයා මොන path එකේද ඇවිදින්න ඕන කියලා කියනවා. Next one. In order to compare performances against targeted progress. If you want to compare, if you want to compare what is your targeted progress with, okay, what you have planned and what has actually happened. Now sometimes, okay, you will plan, okay, mama, I'm going to, okay, I am going to sleep at 10 o'clock today, but you will end up sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? You are planning, I'm going to sleep at 10 o'clock today, but you will end up sleeping at what? 3 o'clock in the morning. So what you planned and what actually happened, there's a difference, right? What you planned and what actually happened, there's a difference, right? So do you understand? Do you understand? Okay, how does a goal help you achieve, like achieve your objectives? Likewise, compare your performances with targets, right? And provides a form of assistance for leaders to make their decisions, right? These are there, right? Business goals describe all the long-term expectation or results to be achieved by an organization. Remember that, right? Remember that. All the long-term expectations or results achieved by the organization in the future. What the business wants to achieve in the future, right? What are the expectations of the business? What are your expectations to be good at all three subjects? Then you will be able to achieve a 3A. Then you will be able to get an island rank, right? So the expectations, and they are set based on the vision and the mission of the organization, right? And now we are going to talk about the main types of business goals, aims. What are the main goals of a business? What are the main aims of the business? Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully now, Lamai. Okay, I want to give you all a very important point, right? Sometimes in the exam, the examiner will ask you this as, okay, what are the objectives of the business? What are the objectives of the business? Okay, examiner පොඩ්ඩක් ලංකාවේ examinersලට පොඩ්ඩක් track පැනලා තියෙන්නේ. Okay, the teacher's guide says is as the main goals or aims of the business. But in the exam එකේ what happens is they will ask you the question as what are the objectives of the business? Objectives, right? They will ask you this as the objectives of the business. Okay, so now goals are what the business needs to achieve, the long-term expectations or results that needs to be achieved by the business. Is it clear up to now? Any questions up to now in goals? Right? So why do you set a goal? For these four reasons: a clear target, okay, a path to work, compare your performances, and to make decisions. Is it clear or not, Lamai, up to now? Tell me. Then guys, you all have to respond, right? Then when a kang තේරුණාද නැද්ද? Right? Guys, ඉන්නවද නැද්ද ජීවතුන් අතර? Are you alive? Are you alive? Okay. Now let's talk about the goals, right? One by one. Okay. Now tell me, Lamai, are you studying business studies and all your other two subjects to fail? Are you studying the other two subjects to fail or pass? Fail or pass? Are you studying all three subjects to fail or pass? Okay. When you do A levels, at the end of the day, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? What should be your, like, let's say, okay, now just not just pass, right? Or like from A levels, what do you want? Do you want to just pass or do you need something? Are you expecting some result? Are you expecting a result? Hello, Lamai, are you, what is the expected results you all have? What? Obviously, it's going to be a 3A, right? Now, I will ask you another question. Let's say you're starting a business today. Will you start that business with the expectation where you are going to close the business on 31st December 2025? Are you going to start a business with an expectation where you are going to close that business on 31st December 2025? Now, do you think I have started these classes, these business studies classes, with the expectation at the back of my head, okay, at the end of 2027, when I'm completed the 2027 batch, I'm going to stop. I'm going to continue it for the future. What do you think? What do you think? What? Give me an answer. Exactly. Likewise, I am also going to start a business with that objective. I will be doing a business, or let's say whatever it is, with the expectation of running it for the future. Adi ඉවර කරන එක නෙමෙයි. Okay? It's not like that. Likewise, only businesses' main goal is to survive, right? Is to survive. Swim in that pool without drowning. Okay, they need to swim in that pool, right? They need to survive in that market they are operating in. That is the biggest goal they have, right? Before you make a profit, you need to survive. What happened to, let's say, Hutch? No, you all know, right? Not sorry, Hutch. You all have, do you all hear? There was something called Etisalat in Sri Lanka. Do you know there was something called Etisalat in Sri Lanka? Ahala තියෙනවද? Lama, you all have to be responsive in the chat box, guys. Etisalat කියලා දෙයක් අහලා තියෙනවද? Yes or no? Yes. Is Etisalat there today? Etisalat අද ඉන්නවද නැද්ද? Is Etisalat there today or no? They are not there in the market. What happened to them? They couldn't survive in the market, right? For the last 22 years, Etisalat was making a loss in Sri Lanka. They couldn't sell their business. I will tell you that story later. They couldn't sell their business. After that, what happened? Hutch bought over Etisalat. For the last 20 odd years, they were wanting to go out of the Sri Lankan market, right? So they were finding it very difficult to survive, very difficult to survive in the Sri Lankan market. So survival in the market is known as the main goal, right? Survival is known as the main goal of a business. So let's write a small note there, right? Let's write a small note there, right? Right, let's write a small note there, right? Okay, I can write. This is the, write with me, this is one of the main aims of new businesses, right? So remember, guys, whenever a new business is born, 90% of new businesses, you call it startups, right? Startups, they fail. Only 5% survive. And surviving as a what? Surviving as a new business is very difficult, right? So now for an example, when a bird is born, right? When it's really small, the survival of that bird is very difficult. IQ lamai, other birds will come and prey for that small bird, right? They will come and try to eat that other small bird. So survival as a small bird is very difficult. They won't be able to fly, right? So like it's the same for new businesses. This is one of the main aims of new businesses, right? The higher failure rate, the high failure rate of new businesses, okay, the high failure rate of new businesses in the first 2 years are increasingly high, right? So this can be considered as, this aim can be considered as one of the main objectives, or let's say aims, during the initial and growing period of the business, right? During the growing period and initial period, this is one of the main and greatest main aims and the greatest thing that they need to do. So survival in the market, that goal, is that clear or not? The goal, surviving in the market, is it clear or not? Guys, clear or not? Hello, Lamai, clear or not? Hello, can y'all respond? All of y'all, please. Like, I don't see what happened. Last week, y'all were really energetic. What happened this week? Right? Get that energy back. Get that energy, right? Okay. Next one is profit maximization. Profit maximization, right? What do you mean by the term profit, right? Profit is usually, okay, the income remaining after your expenses. Income remaining after your expenses. Your parents would have started a business. Your parents would have started that business with the expectation that they are going to earn more and more money. Same for the business. Their biggest aim, their main aim will be making more and more money, not put duck, to make more and more money. That is their biggest aim. That is their biggest wish, right? Okay, so expectation, because this is one of the biggest aims, right, of increasing your money, wealth, right? So that is there. Right now, now for an example, the first day I started earning, my salary was very slow. But today it has somewhat grown, right? So I want to maximize my earnings one day, right? I also need to maximize my earnings. That's one of the goals, objectives I have, right? If I need to be a successful person with financial freedom, I need to have that, right? So profit maxi. First, let's see what is a profit. Profit is the excess the business has generated, right? Remember this as the excess income, the business has generated, okay, after all its expenditures, after all its expenditures, right? Okay, generating profit is highly important for a business, as a business would only survive, would only survive if it's profitable, right? Now, like how you need food to live, a business needs money to run, and the business will earn that money if it's only making a profit, right? Every day the owner can't be putting in money to the business, right? One day the business has to make its own money and it has to run. ඒක වෙන්න ඕනේ. නැත්තම් the business won't survive. So in order for the business to survive, profit is highly crucial and important, right? So therefore, profit maximization is highly important, right? And at at a point, the owners of the business, okay, the owners of the business, the owners of the business, right, of the business would expect to maximize their wealth by maximizing profits of the business, right? So even the owners will want more and more profits, and in order to do that, they will try to increase the profits of the business. Lamai, එක clear than at the Lamai, clear than at the profit maximization, right? Lamai, clear or not? Clear or not? Next one is sales maximization. What do you mean by sales maximization? Okay. Sales maximization is basically, what do you mean is where you're increasing the number of units you have sold. Okay. Giya avurudde, let's say you sold only 100 units. This year you need to sell 150 units. Next year you need to sell what? 1500 units, right? Maybe increase like that. So if I get, sales maximization කියන්නේ, the business usually tends to maximize or increase their sales volume over a period of time by selling more number of units of a product compared to the last year. Compared to last year, now you are selling more number of units. Okay, that's a sales growth, and you need to maximize it, okay, here and there, right? So sales maximization is important, right? Sales maximization is important, okay? Now we are coming into the market share. Okay. Now let's say there is around 2,500 students doing A levels in Sri Lanka. There is around 2,500 students doing A levels in English medium in Sri Lanka, right? In total, there's around 55,000 students, but 2,500 students only are doing A levels in English medium, right? 2,500 වගේ තමයි ඉන්නේ. ඒකෙන් BS කරන්නේ BS, right? Sorry, BS. Okay, BS. Okay, BS කරන්නේ, right? Close to only a 1,000 to 1,500. Close to only a 1,000 to 1,500 students are doing BS, right? Now, ඒකෙන් මට කියමුකෝ I have, Akhil has, let's say 50 students, which means out of the 1,000 students, I have only 50 in the market, right? Out of 1,000, I have only 50 in the market, which means I have only 5% of the students in the market, right? Now, I am starting with, let's say, 50 students. Next year, will I want to increase this or decrease this? Tell me. My goal should be to increase this or decrease this. Tell me, Lamai. My goal should be to increase this or decrease this. Definitely increase this. Next year, I would want, let's say, 75 students, which is 7.5%. Then the year after that, I will want 100 students, which is 10%, right? Like that, I would love to keep on increasing the number of students I have, right? That is what you mean by market share. That is what you mean by market share. Okay, the proportion of customers a business has compared to the whole market. What is the customers the business has compared to the whole market is known as a market share, right? And a business will want to increase that. That is a main goal of the business. Lamai, increase in market share, is it clear or not? Right? Is it clear or not? Is it clear or not? Right? With the example. Anyone who did not understand that? Anyone who did not understand that, tell me. Anyone who did not understand that? Okay. Let's start writing. Let's start writing. Market share refers to the proportion of customers a business has compared to the whole market's customers. Whole market's customers. Okay. Business will have a motive of increasing the number of customers, right? And attracting new customers in order to grow, right? Write that down, right? Write that down. Guys, have you all wrote down all the notes? Have you all wrote down all the notes? Leela Teen, have you all wrote it down? Right? Anyone who missed 1, 2, 3's notes? Anyone who missed 1, 2, 3's notes? Okay. So write number 4 down. Write number 4. Write number 4 down, Lamai. Write number 4. Right. Write number 4, Lamai. I'm waiting quickly. Others are all done. Anyone who is writing still? Anyone who is writing? Perfect. Increasing customer satisfaction. Right? Now, that is another goal every business has. Okay. Basically, what happens is every business will want to give the best to the customer. Now, even you take myself, I would consider this as a business compared to a social service. Right? I am doing a business here. Right? And do I want you all to be satisfied and get the best out of the business? Tell me, Lamai. Tell me, do I want to be satisfied and get the best out of the business? Right? Is it something like that? Do I want something like that? Tell me. Do I want something like that or what? I definitely want to give you all the best, right? I want to increase, I want to give you all more than what you all expect, right? If your expectations are here, I want to be here, right? What I give you all should be here if your expectations are here, right? Now, actually, you all have to tell me, okay, I'll actually ask you all, are you all satisfied with this class or not? What do you all think about the class? Are you all satisfied or not? Is there anything to improve from my side? Okay, right? Tell me what. You all can be open. Y'all can be open and y'all can tell me whatever y'all want, right? Because all perfect. Others, a whiteboard would be great. That means I'm teaching in a whiteboard. Okay. But do you all like this setup or do you all like a whiteboard? What setup? This setup. No, I would say there are certain advantages of this setup is because I am giving you all the tutor and I'm teaching you all with the tutor itself, right? And I have the virtual whiteboard. If I use a whiteboard, Lamai, I can't interact with you all easily, right? This is cool. Yeah, this is cool. It's not a cheap setup. It was a really expensive setup, right? So it has to be cool, right? Cheaper, not cheap like a whiteboard, right? Increasing customer satisfaction. Every business will want to increase or give more than what the business expects, more than what the customer expects, right? So what happens here is, okay, every business will expect to fulfill the customer requirement more than what is expected from the customer. In simple terms, in simple terms, one of the main aims a business should have, is, okay, increasing the value provided to the customer, okay, which will fulfill the human needs and wants using a product, right? Using a product, right? So this is increasing customer satisfaction. Okay. This is increasing customer satisfaction. Now, Lamai, did you all write this down? Did you all write this? Did you all write this down? Did you all write this down? Okay. Now we will learn about a new concept. The market value of the firm or shares. Right? Market value of the firm or shares. Hari. Now, Lamai, you take this as a business value. This as a business. Right? This business is owned by, let's say, Mr. A. Right? Mr. A. 100% owned by Mr. A. Right? 100% owned by Mr. A. Right? And this value of this business, the price of this business, or let's say value value, we'll take it as the value value. Right? The value of the business is, let's say, rupees 10 million. Right? Rupees 10 million. Now, tell me, okay, we'll take Ashwa as an example. Miss Ashwa. Ashwa owns a business. Ashwa's value of the business is 10 million rupees. Will Ashwa want to increase this value or decrease its value? Will Ashwa want to increase its value or decrease its value? Will Ashwa want to increase or decrease its value? Obviously increase, right? Exactly. Now Ashwa will have an expectation where, okay, next year the value should be rupees 15 million. Now you take Lamai, this product, okay, this phone, $800. But the value of Apple Lamai is $2 trillion, right? Which means $2 trillion, right? $2 trillion. Now, doesn't Apple have a goal of increasing that value? This value doesn't mean how much of money the firm has, how much of assets the firm has, how much of, let's say, machineries, buildings it has. That is the estimation given for the company, the price estimation of the company. Okay, how much is this company estimated, right? So will Apple want to increase this value or decrease this value? Obviously, Apple will want to increase its value, right? For an example, your parents buy gold and keep. With what objective? Amaru the gold ganni. Right? Rather than holding money, they will have gold in their hand. For why do they buy gold? Why do they buy gold? Tell me why. Your parents would have invested in gold, lands, and etc. Right? Right? Why do they buy gold? The price keeps increasing. Gold is a very valuable item and the price keeps increasing. And in order to maximize that value, only parents buy gold and keep. They buy a land and keep. Right? A business will want to increase its value. Right? A business value, okay, the business will aim, right? A business will aim to increase its value, okay, oh, value in sim. This can be known as estimated price. This can be known as the estimated price given to the business. Over the long term, okay, over the long term, right? The business will aim to increase its value over the long term, or the estimated price given to the business, right? Now, employee social welfare and personal satisfaction of the business, I am not going to give you a note, right? I am not going to give you a note, but listen to me very carefully. Like how every business has a goal of increasing its profits to the shareholder or the owner. It has to make sure, it has to make sure employees also grow, right? Now, I listened. I was listening to a very nice podcast. Have you heard of Bhanuka Harishchandra in Sri Lanka? Bhanuka Harishchandra. He is the owner and founder of Surge Global, one of the software companies in Sri Lanka. Have you heard Bhanuka Harishchandra? Alanani, homework today. Homework. Read about Bhanuka Harish Chandra. Read about Banu Harish Chandra. Watch a video about him in YouTube. Right? In one of his podcasts, Lamai, what does he tell is, okay, I consider the growth of the company as not only the shareholders or the owners growing. Employees also has to grow. How do I see employee growth? Last year, they would have come in a Toyota. This year, they should come in an Audi. Next year, they should come in a Mercedes Benz. That is employee growth. Right? They shouldn't be coming by bus. If they are coming by bus, they should come by a taxi next time. Then they should come by their own small car. That is employee growth, right? I shouldn't see the parking lot empty. The parking lot of the company should be full with employees' cars. That is employee growth. So every business will have an aim of making sure the employees grow, okay, financially and non-financially, right? So even their wealth, employees' wealth also should grow. Likewise, employees' mental satisfaction, job satisfaction, their happiness, all of these factors should grow, Lamai. Okay, that should be another aim, right? That should be another aim of the business, right? Employee or social welfare, right? So do you all want a note here to remember this? Do you all want a note here? Lamai, tell me, do you all want a note or not? Okay, let's write. Start writing then. Start writing. If you all want a note, start writing. Okay. Employees are considered to be one of the main factors, okay, contributing towards the success of the business. Success of the business. Has how it is important to make, to increase the wealth of the owner. Employees' growth is also considered to be important in order to make sure they their growth, their contribution towards, no, sorry, their contribution towards the business increases while helping them achieve the business goals, right? So if you have proper social welfare, if you are giving back to the employees properly, that is where what? Employees will grow. They will help you achieve the business goals, right? They will help you achieve business goals only if you, Lamai, okay, take care of them very well. You take care of your employees very well, employees will take care of the business very well, right? So take care of employees very well. Okay, take care of employees very well. employees will take care of the business very well. Right? You take care of employees very well, employees will take care of the business very well. Remember that concept. Even one day, if you start a business, always make sure to take care of your employees very well. If you take care of them very well, they will take care of you very well. Right? Last one is personal satisfaction of the business. Now, whenever you start a business, Lamai, there's always a kick. Right? You will feel like, okay, wow, nice. Right? ඒ වගේ feeling එකක් එයි ළමයි ඕගලන්ට. Right? So always remember, Lamai, okay, one main objective. If the business is running really well, you will feel like working more and more, right? You will feel like working more and more. And I will tell you the satisfaction of teaching. At the end of the day, when I have completed, okay, a very good class, which is very productive, and students have got what they expected, I'm like really satisfied. I can go and sleep happily. But there are certain days I won't be able to give my best, right? It can be because of certain factors. Then even I'm really sad about it, guys, because a lecturer, when you take a lecturer, they won't always have their best days, right? They have their good days and their bad days also. There will be many days where they can give your best, while there will be some days they won't be able to give your best, right? During that days also, Lamai, even though you all don't feel it, we will feel it, right? I have felt in certain days in my classes where, okay, okay, I think I felt like, okay, I didn't give my best to my students, right? I have that feeling. But there are certain days I'm like really satisfied, right? Really satisfied. Okay, I gave my best, right? So last Saturday and Sunday, whole day I had classes. Okay, I was completing syllabus of uh, ACCA subject. And on the last day, I was really satisfied because I pulled that class from 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock. 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, one stretch. I have been standing and I have been really tired. My throat has been dried and now I'm getting my pain in the throat. But when I finished that class, my satisfaction was over the bloody moon. Why? I know that I did a good job. I know that the students got the best out of it, right? So even businesses has to satisfy the businessman or the owner, right? That can be one of the main goals of the business, right? So let me summarize again the main goals or aims of the business. One is to survive in the market. They have to always make sure that they are floating in the water and not drowning in the water. Number two is increasing their profits, maximizing their profits, which will lead to an increase in the wealth of the owners. Sales maximization, that means selling more number of units compared to last year. Increase in market share, increase in the number of customers compared to the total customers available in the market, right? Increase in customer satisfaction, give better to customer. Okay, we'll write here, give better to the customer. Okay, that is increase in satisfaction, right? Maximizing the value of the share company. That means the estimated price. You're increasing the estimated price of the business over the long term. Employee social welfare, right? Take care of the employee very well, they will take care of you very well. So these are, Lamai, known as the goals of or objectives of the business, right? Goals or objectives of the business. Any questions up to now, Lamai? Any questions? Right? Any questions? Right? Is it crystal clear? Can all of you tell me, is this crystal clear? Is this crystal clear? Is this crystal clear? Is this crystal clear? Okay. Right? Did you all miss any notes? I'll give you about 1 minute. Start writing this quickly. Right? If you all missed any notes, write this. Okay. Business objectives, also known as the short-term expectations of the business. Short-term expectations of the business. Okay, in simple terms, objectives can be described as the specific steps or actions take to reach business goals. So whenever you have a business goal, Lamai, whatever the goal, the actions or steps, what do you need to do to achieve that goal is known as the business objectives, right? Whenever you are setting objectives, you need to be smart, right? Whenever you are setting an objective, you need to be smart. What do you mean by smart? You need to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic time, right? Now, for an example, okay, you are having an objective. I am going to study tonight, right? You need to be specific. What are you going to study? What are you going to study? Okay, I'm going to study business studies tonight. I'm going to study accounting tonight. I'm going to study IT tonight. I'm going to study economics tonight. Who is doing IT here, am I? Anyone who is doing IT here? IT, IT here, am I? Okay. So you might have something. Okay, I am going to study this today. Be specific. What are you going to do? That is number one. When you're having objective, you need to always be specific. What is going to be done? Right? What is going to be done? Right? Okay. Number two, measurable. That can be measurable. No need note for person's satisfaction, Riya. Right? It should be measurable. Okay. How many hours are you going to study? Right? Okay. So I will give you an example itself here. What are you going to study? Right? Measurable. Okay. Measurable. Okay. That means I'm going to study, let's say, how many hours are you going to study? Now, if you put a goal where I'm going to study for 12 hours, is it realistic or not? Is it realistic? Is it realistic or not? Is it realistic or not? You should be able to measure what you're doing, right? Okay, I studied 10 units today. I studied BS Unit 1, Chapter 1, Economics, Unit 1. Okay, what is economics? Then we studied, okay, normative statements. Then we studied all the statements and we started factors of production, right? And whatever you're doing should be achievable, right? Okay. Now you all have sometimes unrealistic, unachievable plans, right? Okay, Mama Davasata, I'm going to study the whole BS syllabus. My O level whole, let's say commerce syllabus, I'm going to study in one day. Can you do it? That is the goal. Can you do it? It should be there. Can you do it? Ask yourself, can you do it? When you're setting an objective, can you do it? Right? That is there. Right? Achievable. Right? 12 hours of studying. Tell me, can I study 12 hours? Tell me, can I study 12 hours? Can you all or not? Can you all study 12 hours? Definitely 100% sure shot? Nope. It's not possible. And it should be realistic. Okay? Realistic means whatever you're doing, right? It should be something, let's say, possible to do. Possible to do, right? Now you can't have a goal where, okay, I am going to go to the moon tomorrow. That is not realistic. Okay, that is, let's say, something, okay, stupid. Okay, you need to have a realistic, a proper goal. Let's say a proper expectation that can be achieved, right? That should be there. Now you can't say I'm going to study the all 9 subjects for O levels in 1 week. It's not realistic, right? And time bounded, right? Everything should have a time limit. Whenever you are setting an objective, that should have a time limit, right? So for an example, okay, I am going to study unit 1. By when am I going to study it? So whenever you are setting an objective, ළමයි specific වෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද්ද කරන්න යන්නේ කියලා දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඒක මට measure කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. Right? Am I able to measure it? Right? How many hours? Okay, I have studied this much. Okay, measurable. Right? ඒක achieve කරන්න පුළුවන්ද බැරිද කියලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක proper expectation එකක්ද නැද්ද කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ. Realistic ද නැද්ද? Finally, time bounded. Time limit එකක් තියෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ. right? Now let's see the differences between the goals and the objectives. Goals and the objectives. What are the differences between goals and the objectives? Number one difference, the number one difference of a goal and an objective, Lamai, right? Remember, goals are all the long-term expectations of the business. The long-term expectations of the business, while objectives are all the short-term expectations, right? We learned the short-term expectations of the business. Remember this very well, highly tested area, highly tested area. Number two, okay, always a business will only have a few goals. A business will only have few goals. Always they will set few goals, right? But they will have many steps to achieve that goal. They will have many steps to achieve that goals. Maintains many objectives, right? They will have many objectives or steps to achieve that goals, right? Number three, right? A goal is something not measurable. Goals are not measurable, right? Goals are not measurable, okay? And then number three in objectives, an objective is something which you can measure, okay? Objectives are measurable. Now, for an example, I will teach you this going to the Apple example again. Number four, right? There is no time boundary. While here, there is a there is a time boundary, right? There is a time boundary, right? And number five, goals are established. First, while number five, objectives are established second, right? Now, I will teach you one by one using that Apple example, right? Now, Lamai, see the first one, right? We learned goals are long-term expectations, while objectives are short-term expectations of the actions or steps in achieving a goal, right? एक clear no, no rocket science, no. That first difference is clear, no, Lamai. The first difference is clear, no, right? First difference, clear, no, no rocket science, not confusing, no, right? First write all this down. First write this down quickly, Lamai. Then we can, I can compare this with the next note, right? Write this down quickly. I will give you 1 minute, not even 1 minute, 30 seconds. Write it down. Write it down. Quickly, quickly write it down. Write it down, Lamai. Done? Are you all done? Anyone writing yet? Anyone writing? Anyone writing? If you are writing, give me a W. Give me a W in the chat box. Give me a W in the chat box, Lamai. Okay. Now, remember, business only maintains a few goals, right? They will always have a handful number of goals. They will have one mission, one objective, one vision, one mission, and one vision. And the goals are handful. But objectives, what they need to do to achieve that goals will be many. So in order to maintain that market leadership, right? In order to be the leader of the market, number one, they will have to get into new markets. They will have to give the best product, right? They will have to give quality products, right? Then they will have to give products at a good value, right? Then to improve customer experience, a good software, a good hardware, then let's say a good, a good touch and feel, good features, many features, all of these should be given. To expand their products, they have to go with research and development. They have to come up with new ideas, new ecosystems. ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. So objectives are always many compared to goals. Is that clear, lamai? Is that clear? There can be many steps to achieve one goal. So there are handful goals while there are many objectives. Is that clear or not, lamai? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not, lamai? Hello? Is that clear or not? All of y'all? Hello? Can all of y'all respond? Ashwa, you didn't get it? Ashwa, did you get it or not? No. Okay. Now, the goal, you have a goal of, okay, you have a goal of achieving 3A, being good at all three subjects. Let's say to be good in the subject business studies, that is your goal, one goal. You have to be very good with theory. You have to practice past paper questions at least from 2006. You have to do model paper questions. You have to think out of the box. Then you have to make sure that you are, okay, you are understanding all the concepts and applying a practical aspect. So for one goal, see how many steps are there. Ashwa, do you understand? To achieve that one goal, how many steps are there? So remember, goals are very small. There can be only a few goals, but there are many steps in present to achieve that one goal. Ashwa, did you understand it or not? Ashwa, did you understand it or not? Okay. Next one, goals are not measurable, right? Now, for an example, maintain market leadership to be the best in the market. Can you measure that? You can't measure, right? To be best in the market. But to be best in the market, how many markets you are there in, how many new markets you are going to, you can measure that, right? How many new products are you giving it? You can measure it. Customer satisfaction, you can measure that. Okay. Then how, let's say you can take it as, okay, the experience you're giving to the customer, how many features you're giving to the customer, you can measure that. All of these can be measured. A goal cannot easily be measured, but an objective can be easily measured, right? Right? Your goal was to be good in all three, to be good in all three subjects. You can't measure that. But what you're doing to be good in that subjects, that can be measured. Okay, how many units of theory have you studied? How many questions have you practiced? How many extra model questions you have done? All of these can be measured, right? So ඒක හොඳටම මතක තියාගන්න ළමයි. Right? The next one, okay, there is no time boundary. To be good, now you can't set, right? You can't set a time. Maintain market leadership. To be the, let's say, market leader. By when do you need to be the market leader? You can't set something like that. But by when are you going to give a new product? You can measure that. By when are you going to, let's say, enter a new market? You can measure that. You can have a time limit for that, right? A goal does not have a time limit, while a product, sorry, an objective always have a time limit. Now, in here, this example, Lamai, good at all three subjects. Until the last day of A levels, you will be being better at the subject. Every day you will turn out to be better at the subject until the last day of A levels. You can't measure it. But by when are you going to finish studying theory? You can measure it. By when are you going to finish doing questions? You can measure it. By when are you going to have that extra knowledge got in? You can measure that. So objective, there is a time boundary, while a goal does not have a time boundary. And first of all, you set what you want, set the goal. After that only you set the objective. So the differences between goals and objectives, is it clear, Lamai? Is it clear? The differences between goals and objectives. Is it clear or not? Is it crystal clear? Have I understood it better? Really well. Is it crystal clear? All of y'all. Anyone who didn't understand anything? Ashwa, Dinali, Mariam, Rifna, right? Riha, Rukhya, Rushda, Shahil, Salma, Samha, Shaza, all of you all others also have you understood or not? Can I respond? Anyone got any areas, let's say, who did not understand or anything? Just let me know. Just anything, just let me know, Lamai. Okay. Now I am going to give you a mind map, right? I am going to give you a mind map. I will first tell you before that. Okay, sorry. Business's contribution to the economy. How the business contributes to the economy. They will satisfy wants and needs and wants. They will come up with new innovations, right? Okay, now for an example, earlier there was nothing called a phone, right? By producing a phone, now everyone is buying a phone. And when we buy a phone, we are paying a tax. They're contributing to the economy. Now, when a business starts, they will give jobs to people that will generate employment. That is another contribution towards the economy. And whenever a business is producing more and more goods, it will lead to economic development. Production of more and more goods will lead to economic development. When you produce more and more goods, it will lead to economic development. Then government business pays tax. That is another contribution towards the economy. Tax. Business exports. Business exports and brings in foreign revenue, dollars into the country, right? We will be learning in detail about this in unit 3, right? Business versus the government will be learning. Now, coming into the most important part, Lamai, is the mind map, right? So, introduction, we can take it as, okay, introduction to the business, or we can take it as concepts of business. We'll take it as concepts of business. Start copying it down with me, Lamai. Copy this down with me. Concepts of business. First one we learned. First one is a business. Under that we learned, okay, 1.1, what? What is a business? We learned that, right? What is a business? Number 2, concepts of a business. What are the concepts we learned, Lamai? Right? First one is needs and wants. Number 2, right? Number 2, product. After product, we learnt about demand. After demand, we learnt about, sorry, we had markets, demands. That's okay. Markets and demands, right? Value. Okay. Sorry, before value. Exchange and transaction. Value and customer satisfaction. I will tell you why am I giving you this mind map. Wait, write it down first of all, right? Then we learnt about the main activities of the business. Main activities. Number 1, human needs and wants. Then we learnt about value addition, right? After that, oh shit, right? Main activities, okay, we'll put it there, right? Then we learnt about the characteristics of the business. Number 2 is the characteristics of the business, right? So 2.1, first character, right? Exchange or selling takes place. Number 2, transactions of goods and services. Number 3, continuous transactions. Yeah, I will zoom out transactions. Wait, I will write this and zoom out profits, right? 2.5 risks, right? Then 2.6 is creates wants. 2.7 is basically economic activity, economic activity, right? So that is the characteristics, right? Then we had vision, vision, mission, goals, and objectives, right? We learned that vision, mission, goals, and objectives. In 3.1, know what are these. 3.2, the business aims, goals, and then let's say aims, goals, objectives, right? The six of the, sorry, the eight of these vision, mission, goals, objectives, you all should know, right? Then we had differences between goals and objectives, right? Remember this, right? So this mind map, Lamai, this mind map, right? This mind map. Why did I give you this mind map? If you ask me, right? Why did I give you this mind map, right? Now, whenever you all are studying, I have finished one, right? I have finished one, one chapter of your unit one. One chapter of unit one is done, right? Now, whenever you're studying, okay, what you all should do is, okay, study what is business. If you all understood it, put a tick. If you all did not understand, okay, what is a need and want, put a question mark. Put a question mark, right? If you all did not understand what is a need and want, put a question mark. What will happen is when you have that question mark, you come to me either next class or through WhatsApp or whatever, ask me that doubt. Then clear it out. Then after that, put a tick over that. Is it clear what needs to be done with this mind map? Is it clear what do you need to do with this mind map? Is it clear or not? What do you need to do with this mind map? Right? If you understood it, every area you cover, keep on putting ticks. If you miss something, put a question mark and come to me. Right? Okay. Done copying this? Are you done copying this? Shall we do about 3 or 4 questions and end the class? Right? Shall we do about 3 or 4 questions and end the class? Right? I have sent you all a question to you in the group. Right? So anyone who is still writing this, anyone who is still writing this, anyone who is still writing, give me a W if you're writing. Anyone who is still writing this. Guys, you all have to use the chat box and respond. That's where I will know whether are you writing or not. Right? Okay. Now let's do some questions. Page number 43. In your tute, go to page number 43. Okay. Few MCQ questions. Let's do it with me itself. Right? Which of the following answers contain only the characteristics of a want? What is the question answer which only contains characteristics of a want? This was done by A level 2015. Are wants unlimited? Guys, you all have to be responsive in the chat box. Are wants unlimited? Yes or no? Yes or no? Quickly tell me. Are yes or no? Are wants unlimited or not? Yes. Okay. Are they varied? Do they vary person to person? Are they different person to person? Are they different person to person? Yes. Are they common? Are they common? Definitely no. So then can A be the answer? Can A be the answer? Can A be the answer? Yeah, I will show you it. A can't be the answer. So A is not the answer. Can be created by businessman. Can a want be created by a businessman? Can want be created by a businessman? Definitely yes. Okay. Are they common? Definitely no. Limited? No. So that is not an answer. Subjective. That means are they different person to person? Yes. Are they limited? No. So that cannot be an answer. Are they unlimited? Definitely yes. Wants are unlimited. You can't count it. Do they vary? Yes. They are changing person to person and subjective too. So answer will be the fourth one. Right? Answer will be the fourth one. Right? Not third one. Fourth one. Right? Fourth one. Right? So common, no again. So fifth one can't be the answer, can be created by businessman and where it is, yes. So do you all see how this question comes regarding needs and wants? Right? Do you all see how questions comes? Did you all understand question number one? Did you understand question number one? Did all of y'all understand question number one? Right? Did you all get? Okay. Question number two, an organization that seek to earn profits by providing a good or service. What is the most suitable term for the above statement? What is the answer? You all tell me the answer. What is an organization that seeks to earn profits by providing a good or a service? What is the most suitable term? What is the answer? Tell me. Private companies, partnership, business, corporation, public companies. What is the answer? Exactly, very simple. An organization that seeks to earn a profit by providing a good or service is considered to be a business, not rocket science. Everyone got it right. Very good. 2010. What is the basic factor for the existence of a business? I gave you this answer. I gave you this. What is it? What is it? Denali? Others, what is the basic factor? Is it fair return on investment? Now tell me, Lamai, was a business existing because of fair returns on investment? No, right? A business was never born because it was able to make profits, right? Go back to the diagram I gave you first. Human needs and wants resulted in a product. That product was fulfilled using a business. Human needs and wants is the reason for the existence of the business. I gave it to you in page number 4. Remember the note. The main activity of a business is fulfilling human needs and wants. If human needs and wants were not there, there'll be nothing called a business. There'll be nothing called a product. So human needs and wants is the factor which caused an existence of a business, not exchange and transaction. Demand for a product, good management, all of these came after. The first reason was human needs and wants, right? Is it clear, Lamai? Is it clear? All of y'all, is it clear or not? Is it clear or not? All of y'all tell me. Right? Is it clear? Okay. Question number 4. What is the statement correct relating to human needs and wants? Give me the answer. What is the correct statement relating to human needs and wants? A person has unlimited needs but limited wants. Is it correct or wrong? All of y'all tell me. Is it correct or wrong? Person having unlimited needs but limited wants. Wrong. Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong? Tell me. Why is it wrong? Tell me why is it wrong? You have unlimited wants, exactly, and limited needs. एक अनित පැත්ත වෙන්න ඕනේ. Limited needs, unlimited wants. Right? So first one is wrong. A business can create needs but not create wants. Create or wrong? Correct or wrong? Correct or wrong? Definitely wrong. A business cannot create needs. They can only create wants. While needs are common, wants may vary from person to person. Correct or wrong? Obviously, you want food, I want food. But I like kottu, you like fried rice. Wants are different. Wants may vary person to person, but the need is common. Answer will be the third one. Let's see the fourth and the fifth one also. Some examples of need are love. Can you live without love? Definitely one day you all will need love. You all need food, right? So Salma wants food very badly, right? Salma Ismail can't live without food. Am I right? Right, I can remember. Okay. Then technical education, Lamai. Tell me technical education. Is it a need or is it a want? Is technical education a need or a want? Want. Education is a need. But technical education is like ACC, like SIMA. right? Those, right? You have vocational of training authority. It's near the where the highway starts to Katunayaka near Borella, there, baseline road. You have VA something, vocational authority of Sri Lanka. That's where they teach technical education. Okay, technical education means lamai, like jobs like mechanic, plumbing, electrician, etc., etc., right? Which will want a physical effort, right? Those are wants. Selecting a product by a person to satisfy want is a need. May I think the examiner method Ganjagala paper hadlati. Fifth on selecting a product by a person to satisfy the want is a need. I don't know what is that. Okay, that's definitely not an answer. I don't even understand that. Mokaddo pissu. Did you understand the fourth question, Lamai? Fourth question, did you understand? All of y'all, tell me. Fourth question, did you understand or not? Fourth question. Perfect. Right? Fifth question, Lamai. Give me the answer. Fifth question, give me the answer. Give me the answer. A common characteristic, remember, not related to any organization. A common characteristic not related to any organization. Usage of resources, definitely. All of the businesses use resources, right? Fulfillment of human needs and wants. Yes, they fulfill human needs and wants. They supply a good or a service. They exist to earn a profit, right? Adhering to government policies and regulations, right? Now, does all the business needs to follow government policies and regulations? Definitely no. That is not a common characteristic. Every business does not. There are businesses that they don't. So answer will be the fifth one. Answer will be the fifth one. Right? Any rocket science question there? This was a very confusing question in 2019. Many people got this question wrong. Right? So examiner went out of the box. They were giving something practical and they got this question. Right? Remember this. Adhering to government policies, every business does not. There are businesses who do it, businesses who don't. But all of these here, right? All of these here, right? Can be an answer, may not be an answer, right? Okay, can be an answer, may not be an answer, right? And I will tell you the truth. Okay, this is what the answer scheme gave. This is what the answer scheme gave. But the correct answer, the practically correct answer is the fourth one. Fourth one, existence of a profit earning motive. A common characteristic not relevant to any organization. There are organizations, Lamai, who wants to make a profit and who doesn't want to make a profit too. The social welfare organizations and their existence. Some organizations wants to do charity, and that is the reason for their existence. Okay, so answer scheme told 4 was wrong, but I am saying 4 is correct. Right? Remember that. Okay. Terunadalamai, what the examiner told and what I am telling. Terunada. So I have an opinion, right? It's what I am saying, right? Every business doesn't want to make a profit. There are certain businesses who wants to do charity. Ambani's foundation, Gates Foundation, they want to do charity, right? Got it, Lamai? Got it? Perfect. Number 6. Following are some characteristics of human needs and wants. Select the group that contains characteristics of wants, right? Is unlimited a characteristic of a want? Is unlimited a characteristic of a want? Yes. Ability to create a characteristic of a want? Yes. Varied a characteristic of a want? Yes. Essential for survival characteristic of a want? You don't need wants to survive, right? No. කොත්තුවක් කන්න නැතුව ඉන්න පුළුවන්. Limited, is it a characteristic of want? Definitely no. It's unlimited. Common, definitely no. So ABC answer is going to be the second one. Okay. So now, Lamai, question number 7. Question number 8. Question number 9. Question number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Question number 7 to 17. Homework. Right? How many homeworks you all have today? Right? Homework number 1. Homework number 1. Find 3 visions and 3 missions of 3 companies. Homework number 2. Read about Bhanuka Harishchandra. Right? He was in Forbes magazine. Homework number 2. Homework number 3. Homework number 3. Question number 7 to 17. Is it clear, Lamai, what are the 3 homeworks you have to do? Right? Difference between the 3 visions and missions. Read about Bhanuka Harishchandra. Question number 7 to 17. These are the 3 homeworks. But I need 15 minutes of a whole week. Revise now. The class finished now. Go and eat. Go and eat now after the class. Right? I'm finishing the class now. Go and eat. After you eat, take the tute and for 5 minutes read what we did. Read what we did for 5 minutes. After that, Lamai, sleep or do whatever you want. Next Tuesday before the class, right? Make sure you have revised it again, done all of this homework. Is it clear? Is everything clear up to now? Is everything clear up to now? Is everything clear up to now, Lamai? Right? What do you want me to show, Ria? Right? Is everything clear? Do you all have any doubts of what we did today? Do you all have any doubts of what we did today? Right? Do you all have any doubts? Right? So if you all have any doubts, what you all can do is you all can drop me a WhatsApp message. I will respond. Right? Now don't put hi, I am Salma. I have a doubt in business studies. This is the doubt. Don't put it like that. Put it in one message. Right? So you all can contact my personal number. How was the class today, Lamai? How was the class? Did you all learn something new and all? Did you all learn something new? Did you all enjoy it? Did you understand everything very well? Give me a small feedback. Give me a small feedback about the class. Okay. Guys, what do you all think about the tute? Anything else I need to improve in the tute? Anything I need to improve in the tute? Anything I need to improve in the tute? This is the anything I need to improve in the tute. Okay. Okay, I think nothing. Then thank you guys for coming. God bless you. Have a great day. Right? The fee will be 2,700 rupees, which I'll be paying from next month. Right? We have another one more free trial class, which is next week. Next week, I will be doing the questions and we'll go for this thing. So I will see you all next week, Lamai. Have a great day. God bless you all and a very good night. Thank you guys for coming. And if you all have any questions, I'll be here for 1 minute. You all can ask me any questions you all have. Right? If not, you all can leave. Right? So 1 minute I will give you all if you all have any questions. If not, you all can leave. Okay, thank you for coming. God bless you all.